Yo, what's going on, Bull Light fans? It's your boy B Rad right here. Bush ain't with us this morning, although he may be tapping in. It's uh, it's early. It's 10 a.m. Tuesday, November 1st. Last night was Halloween, and some pretty disturbing news early this morning out of Houston, Texas. Two members of the Migos were shot last night during an altercation during a dice game. 28-year-old Takeoff was pronounced dead at the scene. Multiple bullet wounds, possibly. Also, Quavo is hit, but is said to be still alive and in stable condition, currently in the hospital. The, this is crazy news to hear. Very sad coming in right off Halloween last night. People were out having a good time out in Houston. Apparently, an altercation started over a dice game. Now, majority of people seem to know that Takeoff is not the type to gamble. He's kind of just a cool dude laid up in the back, not really too crazy about things, but definitely not a gambler. So early word out is it was Quavo who was shooting dice. An altercation started, an argument of some sort started. Um, I guess it was over Quavo shooting the dice, and Takeoff jumped up, got in the middle of it, and apparently, from a word from the guys who were there and seen it happen, it was one of Quavo and Takeoff's own dudes who let the first shots off, and that was the first shot that hit Takeoff. Apparently, the other side of the dice game responded, shooting back, and they also shot Takeoff and then Quavo. But yes, early word out of Houston this morning is that 28-year-old rapper Takeoff from Amigos has been shot, killed over a dice game, again in Houston, Texas. And also, if you're just joining, Quavo was also hit, but is said to have survived. And the third member of the Migos, Offset, was not in attendance, or at least not at the dice game itself. But this is some pretty wild news. We don't normally go live this early in the morning, but we just want to let you guys get the information first, get it here, get it from your boys. As I said, it's B Rad. I'm coming to you live. Bush is potentially busy right now. He's doing something. He's probably busting a job right now, making things happen, making that magic happen. He's going to tap in with us. If you guys are seeing this, call in, get in the comments. Let's see what people are saying about this. I see we got New Age Plug in the house. Shout out Plug. What's going on? I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can drop the link here and try to get somebody up in here talk with us real quick about this. Bear me, give me a second here, fellas. I can't really. This is difficult to do when you're all on your own. Damn. Shit. All right. So just jump in the comments for now. Let me figure this out. Oh shit. Sorry about that, folks. Little technical difficulties there, but yeah, again, early news out of out of Houston this morning. Takeoff of the Migos and Quavo both shot during a dice game. Takeoff has been said to have been killed, and Quavo has been shot but is still alive. The uh, third member is still alive. Offset, apparently he wasn't there. And again, folks, all over a dice game. I mean, goddamn, to be killed over a stupid dice game when you're an unbelievably rich and influential person in the rap game, living arguably their best life. I don't know if you can get much better than that at this point right now. And shot and killed over a senseless game. Unbelievable. And as has been said all morning by a lot of people and in general, Takeoff, not the gambling type, not the type to get involved in the dice games, but definitely the type to jump up for his brothers when there's an issue, which is exactly what happened. But again, word from the scene from Migos camp, people who were right there say that the first shot that hit and potentially mortally wounded Takeoff was shot from his own people. I don't know if that's fact or not. That's just what's being said from people who were there. So terrible news. Again, if you're just tapping in, it's B Rad. Welcome to Bull Light Early Morning Report. Bush is going to tap in with us on the phone or jump in on the live. But again, if you're just getting in, two rappers shot last night. Two rappers from Amigos. You have Quavo, who was shot and is still alive, and you have Takeoff, who was shot and is pronounced dead. He has been killed over a dice game in Houston last night at an event on Halloween night. This is really disturbing news, man. This is really sad. Takeoff is only 28 years old. Young brother lost his life over some. I apologize, y'all. I keep getting kicked out over the bullshit. I apologize for that. But try to get up in the comments right now in the private chat. Let's see what we got people talking about here. All right, what's going on? Again, apologize, folks. Having some serious problems here with the connection for some reason. I think it's 10:08 right now. I think you know what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna come back at 10:30, go live. I'm gonna get somebody on here with me so we can discuss this at least with a couple people. Definitely tap in. It's 10 minutes after 10 a.m. right now. We'll be back in 20 minutes. We'll go live and we'll discuss this in force. A bunch of people try to figure out what's going on here, but again, tragic news if you're just tapping in. You have Quavo and Takeoff from the Migos, both been shot over a dice game. Takeoff is said to be dead, shot and killed, and Quavo was shot but is alive right now. So two of the Migos shot last night over a dice game, one being killed, Takeoff losing his life at only 28 years old. Tap back in 20 minutes. We're gonna get some people up in here and we're gonna get this rolling here. All right. So tap in 10:30 a.m. right back here. We apologize. I just want to fix this connection that way I don't keep clicking out on y'all and try to get some other people to discuss this with us. It's your boy B Rad. Oh, shout out to John Mikes. Says crazy people are killing each other left and right. Yeah, man. It's it's wild. It's real wild. Like I'd say right now is the height of the culture. Great things are happening. We have great music coming out, a lot of talent out there, but also a lot of wild ass shit going on. People acting a fool, man. To be shooting at people over a dice game is fucking stupid. I mean, I get it if you're absolutely broke and you ain't got shit. Maybe it's worth it. Somebody tries to come rob you, then definitely be about your business. But here, multi-platinum selling rappers don't need to be shooting at people over a fucking dice game. In fact, as it's always been said, that he doesn't even shoot dice. He doesn't even get into the gambling end of it. But that just seems how it always goes. It's always the coolest cat. It's always the cat who don't deserve it, who gets caught up in the middle of the mix and winds up losing his life or getting hurt. And definitely just sad news out of Houston this morning again. It just happened in Migos rappers Quavo and Takeoff were both shot last night during a dice game at an event. And Takeoff, 28 years old, has been pronounced dead. Quavo is alive and apparently well, or at least in stable condition at this point in time. Early news out of Houston. We're still getting the information coming in. Apparently, there's been pictures and video of lifeless body laying on the ground. I personally didn't look at that. I don't believe in looking at the dead like that. But first and foremost, my condolences to the family. All us here at Bull Light, we apologize. We're sorry for your loss. To all the Migos camp, the label, and just everybody in rap. It's just a sad day to see two young brothers get shot, one lose their life over essentially what is a fucking game. All right, we got Bush tapping in. What's good, pimp?
Yo, what up? I got bad service. It might not work. Let me step up though.
I was having
Let me change this picture you got in the corner.
Yeah, I was gonna. Those chicks were wild last night. I'll give them that. They were pretty wild. I tapped in because I got in late. I was trying to see if you were on, and I caught up with them real quick. Terrible news though this morning, man. Terrible news. We got Mike Allen White. What the fuck?
Yeah,
where was Jay? I'm curious. Beyond me, who knows? Who knows? But bottom line is we know that.
Yo,
you good? You hear me?
I just sent damn, service is messed up. Yeah, my service is messed up. I want to read this text I received.
You're breaking up a little bit, but go ahead and check it out.
I'm gonna be right back.
No problem.
Yo, but
all right, so we got people jumping in the comments right now. Definitely hop in the comments. We got Bush coming in. He's got a little bit of static, so gonna try to fix his connection and come back in. We know he's at work, so we appreciate him coming in real quick. And again, just wanted to jump in and let y'all know what's going on. Once again, just let you know the facts that there was a shooting last night in Houston. One rapper left dead. You have Quavo was shot and is still alive, and you have fucking Takeoff, fucking dead at 28 years old over a dice game. Senseless, just a senseless loss of life. Very talented young brother doing his thing. Condolences from all of us here to the families, to the friends, the entire Migos camp. It's just sad news. Sad news. And a young man like that losing his life over nonsense. Huge career so far. Huge life still ahead of him. He's only 28 years old. Just absolutely senseless. Super sad to see this happen. The violence in this industry and this culture is just getting. I mean, I can't even say it's getting to a breaking point. It's been at a breaking point for a minute. Just another senseless loss of life, loss of talent, and we as the fans have been cheated out of, just more music and further into the culture by this group of young brothers who've been really a big part of the culture recently. Put out a lot of music, very popular. Again, it was said that the first shot fired off actually came from the Migos camp, and it was happened to hit Oh, we got New Age Plug saying he was backstage. I was trying to get you in, brother. I'm not 100% sure on how to tap this one in. Bush coming back through in a minute, though. When he comes in, I'm going to have him set this straight. We'll get you up in here, Plug. Definitely. Not good, man. Just awful news. Last night being Halloween and senseless loss of life over a stupid dice game. A lot of lives have been lost over dice games, but for people of this magnitude to be involved in a shooting over a couple dollars in a stupid game makes no sense. Makes no sense. But you know how it goes. It's always the coolest cats who get it. It's always the cats you're never looking for who get it. Just bad news all around this morning. So continue to tap in. We're gonna stick around here, stay live. Let's see. Yo, shout out to EST. Says you can't pay me to be in a dice game or around one. Yo, facts, facts. I've sat in on a couple and I've seen them go left super quick both times. Resulted in someone getting really, really hurt, and it's always over a couple $100 at best, maybe a couple racks if you're really going hard. And is it worth it? Trade your life for a couple dollars? It's just, oh man, insane, insane, just insane. Tragic loss of life, so unnecessary. And again, not only does he lose out now, losing his life, obviously, his family losing out, all his friends, all his people, his camp. The Migos now will never be the Migos again. And then on top of that, we as the fans, we get cheated out of music content and just the genius of these three young cats who are very influential in the rap game. And yeah, sad to say, Takeoff dead at 28 years old over a dice game. Very sad, very sad. But yeah, you don't go around getting involved in these games. Apparently, he wasn't even much of a gambler, and he's the one who gets shot. Uh, let's see. EST says, "What's the solution? You have to help prevent this, B-Rad." Shit, I have no clue, man. I You can't even say take the guns off the street because we all know damn well you take the guns off the street, the bad people are still going to have them, and it's just going to be the good people are going to be out there like lambs to be slaughtered. Um, to be honest, the solution to this is um, be present, be mindful of where you're at and what you're doing. Think about it, weigh your options. Just because these gentlemen had a lot of money and were famous and were rappers doesn't mean they're the only ones who don't need to be around that kind of nonsense. Uh, nothing good, nothing good comes of a dice game. Maybe you win a couple bucks, probably going to lose it. There's not too much skill involved in rolling dice. I mean, a little bit here and there, yeah, sure. But facts is, you're literally playing with your life because I mean, the one thing in the hood that's definitely going to get shot up and robbed or fucked with, or there's going to be problems, is going to be gambling, especially the dice games. So yeah, just the one solution I can think of is to just be proactive yourself and not be around these situations. Stay away from that shit. If you see a scenario where motherfuckers can start acting real ignorant and stupid, especially over money and pride and talking shit. And again, it happened late last night. Halloween, it's a party. They're at an event. People definitely drinking, smoking, getting wild. And this is what happens, man. Someone gets up in their feelings, gets hurt. They lost a few bucks. People start talking shit. When they win, they start running off at the mouth. Next thing you know, guns are drawn, and somebody gets senselessly shot and murdered. Lost a life over stupid dice game. It makes no sense. If you're gonna die for something important. However, it is said that Takeoff wasn't involved in a game. An altercation, I guess, started up between Quavo and whoever they were rolling against, and Takeoff jumped up and got in the middle, and shots were fired, and sadly, Takeoff was hit and killed. Let's see, New Age Plug tapping in again. Said Offset usually the turn one during a dice game. I'm glad he wasn't there. I would imagine so, yeah. But Quavo he jumped up and he was the one who felt strong last night. He as well got hit, but did not die. But it's always the cat who doesn't shoot the dice. It's always the cat who doesn't get in fights. It's always the cat who just wants to try to break it up or just happen to be hanging around when the bullshit goes down, but usually play in the back. And that's the cat who always gets it. The innocent ones always get it, you know. And just very, very sad news coming out this morning. Let's see, we got a bunch of people up in the conversation right now. A lot of people up in the chat. Salute to all you guys. 11 people in watching it. Currently waiting for Bush to get back. He's tapping in from work. So we're going to wait on that. And Plug, going to get you up here. And once Bush gets back in, find out how to drop the link on this one, because I personally haven't operated StreamYard. Bush is always the one who's doing this one. Plus, anytime I mess with it, it winds up cutting me off. I don't want to cut off on you guys again like that. So jump up in the comments for now. Let's get this conversation started and see what's going on here. Just wanted to bring in the news. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. I woke up this morning to hear about it, and just very, very sad news, man. Like, you don't want to see a young dude like that with his whole life ahead of him, you know, doing really well, multi-platinum artist, super, super popular, super influential, you know, just making good music that people everywhere love, and now shot up over a bullshit dice game. Like, how much money is worth your life? Seriously, even if they got racks in there, millions in there, it ain't worth your life, man. It really isn't. Let's see, we got who's that? Big BB 416. What's good, fam? This is why I don't participate. All hail O's Eve. Yeah. You know, that's another thing. People gonna turn up last night. It's Halloween. People get a little excited, you know. Plus, you know, other than COVID, before that, the only time you could run around with a mask is on Halloween. That's why a lot of shit goes down on Halloween. Let's see what else we got here. We got EST87, 28 years old, shaking my head, just started his life. Yeah, literally just starting to live his life. You know, he hadn't even started to live his best life yet. He's just grabbing all them shekels up right now in his 20s, and then in his 30s, and so on. That's where you start to see cats really start to live their life and do what they want to do once they, you know, get past being young and they make all the money and they make the music and everything like that, and they get to sit back and chill once they start getting older. And we didn't even get to see that from this young man. Terrible, really is terrible. This is a tragedy. Also, you know, we don't know exactly what the condition is with Quavo just yet. We do know he's alive. He was shot. Hopefully, he makes a full recovery. But yeah, this is terrible. This is really terrible. Just senseless loss of life. Again, it's like Big L said in his song. It's casualties of a dice game. This shit ain't new. This shit been going on since people have been throwing dice. You know what I mean? Someone always gets upset. People don't like losing money. People winning like to talk shit. And, you know, an argument turns to handguns and weapons being drawn, and winds up with a dead body on the floor. Also, pictures and video of Takeoff's lifeless body on the floor in a pool of blood. I personally didn't look at that. It came up, and I just didn't bother to look at it. I don't believe in looking at pictures of the dead, stuff like that. It's not something I'm into. And out of respect for him and for his family, it's just not something I wanted to see. And I think it's pretty ruthless of people that were there when in the middle of somebody losing their life and a terrible situation like that going down. People pull out their cameras, of course, and want to get the picture, and want to get the video, and want to be the first to post it to get the clout. It's just like that's an evil that I don't need in my life either. So I'm not even getting involved in looking at that. But they are out there, whether or not they can still be viewed or not, or if they've been taken down by the family or by law enforcement or just by the posters in general for having bad taste. Hopefully, they get those pictures off the internet and that video off the internet as soon as possible. But if you want to see it, I'm sure you can go out there somewhere and find it right now. It's just, in my opinion, that's tacky. It's not something I'm into. So let's see. We got a bunch of people up in here. We got a bunch of people, 11 people on the live right now. Again, this is an impromptu. Woke up, jumped on. So sorry, I'm not 100% prepared and don't have much more information on the subject as of right now. Just looking to see some people get up in here and start this conversation up. Waiting for Bush to tap back in. He was having some connection problems, and I too am having connection problems. Anytime I try to go invite somebody to chat, it kicks me out. So don't want to do that right now. So we're just gonna see what's going on here. Hold on one sec. Bear with me. See what we got up in here. The private chat. Uh, I definitely want to. Just gotta figure out how to get you back up in here. Sorry, folks. Just trying to figure out how to get people back up in here. Yeah, having a bit of trouble right now. All right, Plug, I'm trying to invite you right now. Send the link out right now. All right, let me just jump on. Get this laptop open. We'll get New Age Plug up in here. All right. I'm gonna send the link to New Age Plug right now. Yeah, having a little difficulty with this. Again, apologize. Trying to get this going here. There you go.
Dude, you did it.
Got New Age
You
Plug
did
up in here. What's up, Plug? What's good with you?
Not much, bro. Sorry, I can't do video right now. I
It's all
got
good.
messed up service. I was gonna tell Bull Light, man, just go to audio when he's working, dude, because as long as you get the message out, it don't matter, bro. But dude,
Absolutely.
I appreciate you having me on, Bull Light, man. New Age Plug, we in the building. Shout out to Mr. Diddy, shout out to Big B. I'm bringing some of my boys with me over here right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
RIP to Takeoff. That's the first thing.
Terrible, right? Tragic, man. Tragic. So terrible.
It's dude, man. He's the youngest one. Like, this is gonna be really tragic for that whole family, bro. He's the youngest one out of the three Migos, so it's gonna be tragic. And Offset and them having a little beef, it might be a blessing, and it might be a blessing in disguise, because Offset's usually the turnt one in the fucking dice games. I know you read my comment. He's usually the one turned up, like Whack 100 said. Takeoff didn't even like playing dice.
I was saying he's not even about that. He's not about the gambling, not about the bullshit. He's the cat that always plays back, stays in the cut, doesn't get involved, and that's always the kid who gets it out the crew. The quiet guy, the guy who don't want it, the guy who's not trying to get involved in the dumb shit, the guy who's got his head on straight. He's always the one who winds up being the victim. That's just how this shit goes. It's terrible. It's a tragic loss of life, man. Truly is terrible,
dude. And I don't know if you guys and everybody in the chat, I don't know if you guys seen the Drake Chance interview. That I think it was after the Kanye one. It was Quavo and Takeoff. They sat down for Drake Chance, bro. And dude.
Oh, I had seen a thumbnail on that. I didn't watch it. Yeah, but yes, yeah, you're right. You're right. And that was what, like 2 days ago? That was just 2 days ago, right?
Bro, and you want to know something even more eerie, bro? Dude, 12 hours ago, Quavo released a music video, him and Takeoff, because they have an album coming out. I think it might be already out, actually. The Nephew album, I think it is already out.
Okay.
Bro, the song's called Messy. And in the intro of the intro of the song is them in a car, bro, and he's waking Takeoff up. He's like, Takeoff, get up, bro. Get up, homie, get up, get up.
Oh,
and Takeoff's like, oh shit, what's going on, bro? What's going on? He's like, dude, what the hell happened last night? Bro. I'm like, damn, homie. Bro, it all comes full circle, bro. It all comes full circle, man. It even goes back into the whole thing with Jay Prince, with Drake, me and the Migos. There's a reason they're shooting dice, bro. They're all cool. They were all cool.
And that's the thing, is like we don't even know who they were shooting dice against right now. But and again, this from what I've heard from what's the information out there is that the first shots came from the Migos camp, came from their people, and that's what hit Takeoff first, and then the other side shot back, and the second
Yeah,
shot. Well,
I've heard both. I've heard that, but I've also then they said that wasn't true. The first shots actually came from the other side, but you are right. Takeoff actually got murdered by someone in his entourage on accident. That's what I'm hearing as well. Um,
and young brother
because
taking down friendly fire over a dice game. This is bullshit, man. It's nonsense. You know, we're gonna get a lot of conflicting information coming out at first, but by the end of the day, we'll probably have the story straight. But either way, bottom line, kid is dead, and completely senseless. Man. Lost a life. Very talented young individual, and we know the Migos were having some issues recently, but they were just getting things back in order. As you were saying, Takeoff and Quavo just dropped an album. Little premonition on that one song, "Messy." That's man, that's just something that happens a little bit too often too. Rappers predicting their own death, but when you're around the bullshit and you're around that kind of stuff, especially in this industry and this culture, that's the kind of shit that takes place. So, not so crazy that were to happen in that order, but we've seen it before. We've seen it before, and just real sad. So everybody say a prayer for the Migos, for the whole camp, for the family, for everybody out there. It's terrible news, man. 28 years old, Takeoff loses his life in a dice game. Terrible, absolutely terrible.
now when this happened, bro, a whole bunch of shit started. My mind started racing. I'm like, oh shit, because Migos, they've had a really really good career,
Yeah,
but they also have been ruffling feathers off of music. Like, XXX Tentacion, they had a beef with him, and then they ran up on him. I don't think there's a video on that, but I'm pretty sure it was Offset that ran up on him. Then last year, Little Baby got ran up on, but no, I think Little Baby's entourage ran up on Offset, and then they had a little beef. So this is all QC members.
sure. Yep.
There's something going on in that camp. Besides of this killing, besides of this death,
Yeah,
we had Offset having a beef with Quavo and with Takeoff. I think over Sweetie, which is a possibility, bro. Honestly.
But yeah, as you said, that label having a lot of issues lately in the past year or so. Migos were the number one act, and that actually switched up. They weren't selling as much, and individual careers were starting off. There were problems within the Migos camp themselves. They were having issues. But yeah, that whole label, it's just been drama for the whole past year or so with them. And now one of their artists are dead, and it's just terrible, and the culture and us as fans, we're getting cheated at a lot of good music, a lot of good stuff. These young guys would have been putting out for a minute, and not even getting to enjoy the wealth just yet. Doing their thing, but they're still in the mix. It's when they slow down and they start to live their life with their family and enjoy the spoils of their work. And this young man ain't even get a chance to do that now. It's terrible. And
Now,
obviously,
if you go by lyrical ability, out of the three, if you take a highlighter and you mark down all the basically the wordplay and which rhymes, bro, Takeoff's paper would be highlighted like crazy. He doesn't. I think his delivery isn't the best, but dude, that dude was the best lyrical person in Migos. He might not have made the best hooks.
right,
Offset made the best hooks or Quavo, but when it comes down to the craft,
he brings the bars.
Takeoff was the best one in that group, bro.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So like now we're never gonna get another Migos album together. Hopefully, Quavo recovers from everything, and eventually they'll be able to get back him and all back. As of right now, that's distant future. Right now, all we know is that it's just gonna be a lot of hurt feelings over there, and now, what's gonna be the repercussions of this? Who was on the other side of that dice game, who returned fire, or who fired in the first place. That's going to be a big issue. We're probably going to see some legal stuff over this. It happened in front of a bunch of people, and as we know, people are all too comfortable with snitching these days. So someone's going to go to jail over this one. It's going to be a crazy situation.
Now, B-Rad, I would never post the video of him passing away because you would get striked anyways, and Absolutely. It's just not what we do. But I have seen every angle. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, there's about 4 different angles of this video of him passing away. I've seen one with Quavo laying next to him, shot up himself, but he's laying up. You know, he's up. Quavo Takeoff's already gone. So
Yeah,
it was definitely it was definitely instant. Like he it's like PNB Rock. I've heard different story. I heard different things about him. If he died on the spot, and some people say he got up for a little bit or whatever, but yeah, not with this one, man. Takeoff, you know, he didn't suffer long.
that's
Which
I was just gonna say, at least he didn't have to suffer. But still, man, just tragic. You know, it's just so unnecessary. You know, these dudes should be home nursing a hangover right now, not fucking having their family show up to a hospital and to identify bodies and shit like that. So just bad all around. Bad all around.
Yep,
Uh,
here comes a Trap Lord Ross video going to be coming. Here
Fuck that
comes a
kid, man. He ain't
a
a part of
1090
America.
Jake. 1090 Jake will have his video by the end of the day, probably. You know what I mean?
Jake will be a good one to speak on it. You know, he'll be a good one to speak on it. He always delivers hot content, so you know we'll look for
Yeah.
that. But any information yet as of who the other rival side was?
The
Like,
internet figured it out. It's definitely somebody involved with mob ties. That started,
I
but they
read that. I
can't.
didn't speak on it,
But
but I read.
listen, like we said, B-Rad, they're not going to be able to put a murder on them if the entourage of the Migos is the one that killed Takeoff.
No, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
They get hit them with something else, so definitely.
Well, I mean, in Texas, Texas is stand your ground state. Am I wrong?
It's stand your ground, bro. So this is gonna be getting gritty. I don't think they're definitely gonna have everybody there. There's so many cameras, bro. I've seen every angle. There's no way that they're not gonna figure this out. But
And there's never a
what?
shortage of snitches when something goes down, so people are going to be talking, no doubt. People are going to be
Oh, every
scared.
girl there was There's so many. Well, women, women are gonna be witnesses no matter what. But most
And the
of them.
cops are going to come in. The cops are going to come in and lean on everybody in there. They already know exactly what happened. There's no doubt about that. They already know.
Oh, dude, the internet's already figuring it out. They're matching. Listen, you know how they do it? They go by pictures off Instagram of that night, and then they look at the video and they see who's wearing what. That's how we have Takeoff. That's how they knew that was Takeoff, because there's pictures of him with that shirt on, with them jeans on, with his hair, laying down. So, dude, this is sad, man. We got to listen. I had this segment on New Age Plug one day, and it was, how many more are we going to get? Over under 3 after, and it was before the PNB Rock. I believe it was. I don't know who was before PNB Rock that passed away. Maybe it was PNB Rock, but how many more are we going to lose, B-Rad? This shit's sad, bro.
The sad thing is right there when you said over under 3. I hate to say it, we're short time on 2022, but I'm always gonna err on the side of over, because I never doubt the violence in this game, and the stupidity of people to perpetrate violence against another person, especially for something that makes no sense. It's not like these guys are broke and they're fighting for money for their families to eat. You know what I mean? These cats got big money. Like, how much money could possibly have been in there to validate shooting and killing somebody and losing your life over? Certainly not enough. Not enough for me. Not enough for me. I don't know. It's just crazy.
It's sad, man.
It really is. It really is. Now we got cheated. Everybody's getting cheated on this one, especially Takeoff and Quavo's. God, man, he ain't never going to be the same. He was right there and couldn't do anything about it or couldn't stop it. At least he's going to blame himself. There's nothing he could have done, to be honest, but he's going to blame himself for sure. And then the guy who actually fired the shots, like, damn, what's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to him?
Dude, it's sad that we're on here talking about this right now, and I appreciate Bull Light, and I appreciate you, B-Rad. Maybe I'll come back and tell you, and come back. We'll talk about some stuff going on in my life on YouTube. That's pretty funny. I think you've seen it, but that's more of a positive note. It's more positive at least than what's going on with Takeoff. But I really don't want to lose your message of what you're going on right now. I hope it's just fucking, I can't believe it, bro. Like, I would have never guessed Takeoff, dude. I mean, it's even funny, B-Red. I made this joke one time. If somebody killed one of the Island Boys, that shit would be sad, bro. And this is like one of them situations. It's like, bro.
And these cats are cool as hell. I mean, I don't know how you feel about the Island Boys, but like, I don't want to see anybody lose their life. These young cats, they're young. You know what I mean? They're not even fully grown men, in my opinion. Yet, wait until you're 40, then you're knocking on being a grown man. But yeah, bro, it'd be terrible if that would happen. But now we're seeing, man, it's just terrible. And there's gonna be repercussions over this. There's gonna be jail time. There's probably gonna be violence in the streets over this. It's gonna be nuts, man. It's gonna be nuts. I'd love to see how the label reacts and see if they feel any type of way about maybe pitting their artists against each other, and
Well,
that
it sounds like he was on the clock. You know, that's another thing. Draco the Ruler.
Yeah.
Draco the Ruler died on the clock. And Takeoff, I don't know if this was a music event, because it might have been. Their music video dropped last night. That album came out 2 weeks ago. So if he was on the clock, the labels are going to have to be dude, like DJ Vlad said, there's going to be some lawsuits coming. Even with the drill shit going on, these labels, dude, they got to, I don't know, man.
They got to tighten up. They got to tighten up. It's like, yeah, it's like these labels, they got to tighten up. Like, they should have security with them. They should make sure that their artists don't have weapons on them. They should make sure that their trigger man is a licensed professional, allowed to carry these weapons, allowed to, knowledgeable on how to defuse situations instead of going to handguns immediately. But basically having handlers, and if they had handlers there through the label, maybe they wouldn't even have been up in this game, or it would have been a more friendly game. But for someone to get shot over a dice game, unbelievable. It's sad when it happens in the street. It's even worse when it happens amongst people who have money and don't need to be in a situation like that. Just showing out at an event on Halloween. Nobody expected to wake up on November 1st this morning and find out that this young man lost his life over what I'm going to say is a bunch of bullshit. Unnecessary.
Yeah. I hope that's the last one this year. Please be the last one. That's it. We don't need, bro. If Tech 9 dies, I'm not making another video on YouTube. I'm done. If fucking Eminem dies, bro, which that's it. You know what I mean?
Tech 9 is like that. They get themselves fucking shot.
Good point, Hunter Zans. Hunter Zans over here getting his 2 cents in. He said that Tech 9 and Eminem don't put themselves in situations that would get themselves killed like that.
Yeah, well, Eminem won't step out the house because he knows ain't nothing good gonna happen. He also knows that nothing's good's gonna happen at an industry party like that, hanging around with a bunch of fools with guns on them. Nothing good's gonna happen in a dice game, and nothing good happens after midnight. Let's be honest. Nothing good happens after midnight. On Halloween of all nights, come on.
And I see the title. And there's somebody in the freaking comments that said this. This is a good question. Where was Jay Prince when this all went down? Was he on that walkway, that little bridge looking area they were at? I don't even know what that was. Like the area there, it was very nice.
Bush hit me with the same question this morning. I said, bro, I don't even know, bro. I just woke up. Like, you're blowing my mind with this, in fact. And yeah, who knows, bro? Like, there's gonna be a lot of questions about this, and we're gonna be getting a lot of information throughout the day, and half of it probably gonna be bullshit at first. That always happens. But by the end of the day, I think we'll all have a pretty solid understanding of exactly what went down. And like you said, the pictures and the video floating around online, matching up to previous Instagram posts, matching up the clothing, so we know who's who, and having video and pictures of a dead body from at least, like you said, 4 different angles. Like, motherfuckers don't got nothing better to do, like call the police or fucking try to help somebody instead of fucking videotaping this shit and getting the clout off of it. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. And I really want to hear what Bull Light has to say. I'm sure we'll hear from him later. If he's probably, is he at work?
Yeah. Now at work.
I hear him, dude. Yeah, I was busy too.
I just don't want to open him right now because I'm gonna get kicked out the live if I do. Situation all around. Want to thank you, Plug, for tapping in. Appreciate that. You're always a real one. Definitely want to see what you had to say about the situation.
Dude, no problem, bro. And I'll come back on here with Bull one day and we'll chop it up. And
absolutely.
And I want Bull to come, you and Bull. I want to do like a Bull Light or B-Rad and Bull Light edition on New Age Plug one day. That'd be really dope. And dude, because like Mr. Diddy, like we brought Mr. Diddy and freaking Big B over here, bro. Like, dude, that's just there's some day ones on New Age Plug, bro. I was off of, dude, my phone was messing up and I wasn't on for like 5 minutes. I come back, there was still 15 people on my thing. I'm like, damn, bro, y'all stayed with silence.
Yo, I tap in all the time. Whenever I see you up there, I tap in. Got some real cats up in there. Shout to Ronnie Blue Eyes.
Salute.
Yeah, definitely. Salute to everybody. But yeah, you bring some real people up in there. Diddy's Fire. You got like AZ Ruction. You got Las Vegas Prison Stories is in there.
Yeah, Breadwinner Ruger.
You got Neck coming through. He's a new one up. He's doing.
Yeah. Neck be killing it. Yep.
Yeah,
tonight's the Hunter's Hand show, though. I think It's going to be a Takeoff edition. So you guys are all invited to pull up, and he don't
talk about the
yeah
JP and Anderson Silva fight.
the Jake Paul Anderson Silva fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
All right.
Yep.
It's gonna be a busy
100%.
day.
There's
Like
I think it
I
was
was
a
saying,
rigged
yeah.
fight.
Yeah, we think it's rigged, bro, and I got evidence that shows it's rigged. That fight was fucking rigged, bro.
That shit. When you're dealing with the Paul boys, they're all about the hype, and they're businessmen. They're smart, so I don't believe for one second that they wouldn't rig it. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they? You know? Why
Bro,
wouldn't they?
I loved every fight. I didn't think that till this one. I have evidence that Anderson Silva did not get hit, bro. Like
Well,
that
I
one.
mean, this one was just the fight that was going to have the bet on it that he would wind up paying. Was it Jake Paul or was this fight that one of them was going to wind up paying like the fighters more money that they're supposed to get to like
I
blow
think
it up?
I don't know. I don't know too much behind the scenes on this fight. I didn't even. It kind of snuck up on me. Like
Sure.
I didn't know they were fighting, bro, till like the week of. I'm like, damn. And then I heard that Anderson Silva got knocked out in a sparring session this week as well, and so they were really debating on even doing it. And then Anderson Silva, he's 46 years old,
Yeah,
so it's like the dude knows how to match himself up. Damn, Hunter Zan's.
Hunter Zan's going hard
Hunter
on the
Zan's
weekend.
dying over here, bro.
Somebody call 911.
Hey, B-Rad, I got to go do something real quick, though, but I appreciate you having me on, and I'm definitely going to come back. We're going to tap in, dude. I appreciate you guys so much. Bull Light. Hey, shout out to Bull Light. I know he's listening.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Plug. Thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it. Shout out to all the fellas in the chat. Mr. Diddy, I see you. John Mikes, I see you. Rays, we see you. Low key, everybody up in here. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Again, Bush is going to come through hopefully at some point. If not, maybe we'll jump on later. And you just heard it there. Probably going to hop in with Plug tonight and 100 Zans and do a little something. New Age Plug, again, shout out to him. He's got a solid channel over there. He does the YouTube streets. Just tapping in with the culture, talking about stuff going down. Pretty entertaining too. They got a solid following. Their their community is definitely a bunch of funny guys, man. I always have a good time tapping in with them. So, but yeah, man, this is real tragic stuff over here, man. Another senseless loss of life over here. Stupidity, violence over bullshit, and a very talented young man loses life, and now a group, 1/3 of a solid group is now not there anymore. So we just lost amigos. You know, what I mean, and it's really sad again to see a young man lose his life. Prayers and thoughts go to his family, to the whole camp, to the amigos, to the label, to everybody involved. Just really sad stuff going on here. Again, want to shout out everybody in the comments. We got Low Key saying getting murdered is the spoils of his work. Yeah, the sad thing is you live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's the thing. You're gonna be out here running around making music and videos about violence and shit like that. Like violence is gonna come to you. Even if you're not 100% about that life and it is just music to you. You're around certain people, around certain things. People turn up when they're around them rappers, and all of a sudden the ignorance gets out of control and it turns into violence and it turns into death. We're gonna see probably some court cases over this, some jail time. Could even see some street altercations. May not be the end of the body count on this one, but yeah, man, just tragic, senseless. Shout out, you got Yellow. Is it Reyes? Quavo was the most humble, but the good always die young. That's exactly what I was saying before, man. It's always the cat. It's always the coolest cat who gets it. You know what I mean? It's always the cat who didn't deserve it who gets it. And in this case, he's the least turned out of the three, and he's the one who gets shot over some bullshit. A mistaken shot by his own camp, his own people. If that's the case, we'll find out later on, but that's the word as of right now. Again, he comments, he said probably the best out of the group. Again, that's the word on the street. People saying he brings the bars. He might not be that flashy on the hooks and all that, but as far as the content of the wordplay, this cat was very, very serious and very very polished in his craft and what he did. We got Mr. Diddy up in here saying tragic as fuck, no doubt. There are lessons to be learned from this. Yeah, there are lessons to be learned from this. Stay away from the bullshit. If you got money and you're coming up, think about what you have to lose. Okay, because even a cat in the street who ain't got shit, ain't got nothing to live for. He still got his life. That's what you live for. But you have a young man like this making all sorts of money, big in the industry, going places, gonna have a nice long life ahead of him. Him and his family never gonna need for nothing. You know, his grandchildren never gonna need for nothing with the type of money they. Um, just real sad here. Just real sad. So what else we got here? We got John Mikes says Quack's big mouth stated this. Yo, shout out to Bush. He hopping in, telling me I'm lit. I appreciate it. Maybe he means hi. But let's see. We got Mrs. Diddy also tapping in again. Just based. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You guys are funny. Eddie Hubbard tapping in, saying rest in peace. Yeah, facts, man. This is terrible news, man. It's terrible news. You know, this is not something you want to see. Not anything we expected to wake up to this morning. Again, an impromptu show. Don't normally go in so early, and definitely don't go in on my own. But whatever, it is what it is. You know, got to bring this out. Couldn't not mention it. Eddie Herbert tapping in from the BX. Copy that, brother. I'm up in Rockland, man, so I'm right around the way. All the family's from the BX, so I know where you're at. I know what you go through. I know where you're living. let's talk about that for a second. The Bronx been wild lately. Like New York City went crazy during COVID, obviously, but the Bronx of all boroughs, it's always the most going on there, and you hear about it the least. You always hear about Brooklyn, but I think the thoroughest borough out there is definitely the Bronx. Shit's always going down there. You can get it down there for nothing, man. And so anyway, shout out to Eddie Hubbard tapping in from the Bronx. Yo, Bo, I do want to check my text. Give me 1 sec. Let me check this out real quick. If I disconnect, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere, folks. I want to check this out real quick. I'm getting text left and right. Let me check this. All right, let's see. It says shots just started ringing out, but they were coming from somebody Migos was there with, but shooting wild and hit Takeoff on accident, and other cats start shooting back, and thinks he got hit again, but ultimately it was his own people who got him. His own people who shot him. So that is what we're getting out of here from people who were there at the scene. Yeah, apparently he just got hit and he dropped immediately. Hopefully this man didn't suffer. You know, we'll find out more about that. But again, tragic. Says Quavo was plexed up over some shit, and it really wasn't worth it. Yeah, no shit, it wasn't worth it. Of course, man, it's never worth it. You don't lose your life over anything unless you're protecting somebody else's life. And in this case, that's not what was happening. Takeoff was the coolest, quietest in the room the whole time. That's what I'm saying. It's always a cool cat who gets it. It's always a cat. Just a terrible situation. It's definitely not what you want to see. It looks like we got Bush tapped in right now, trying to come in. I know he's having some connection problems. Hopefully, he can get this fixed up. Let's see. Yep, killed for anything. Facts. Eddie Hubbard, definitely. Yeah, man. Killed for anything. Yeah, exactly. Killed for anything, killed for nothing. Same shit. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And Eddie Hubbard again tapping in one of his favorite groups besides Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yo, facts. Bone's no joke, man. Always love them cats, man. They always put out good tunes. But sad, bro. Sad. You know, the culture definitely suffering a huge loss today. Some real talented young cats got hit up last night, and Takeoff being the one who lost his life over it. Quavo also shot. Hopefully, he'll make a full recovery. We'll see what happened. And people now asking where's Jay Prince at? Like, what's going on? So I guess we're gonna find these answers. We'll get these answers later out throughout the day. We're gonna get a lot of news out of this. Don't believe everything you hear at first, but definitely keep an eye on this, and we'll get some more stuff as this story develops. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. We got Tyson Brown. You never seen the country singers killing each other? No, you usually don't. But you look anywhere, you'll find people shooting at each other. But yeah, that is true. But however, most country songs are just about defending their own stuff, but not going out and looking for it. Whereas a lot of rap music is people going on the offensive, going out and looking for trouble. Two totally different cultures, two totally different mindsets. But yeah, you don't see too many country rappers killing each other. You also don't see a lot of rockers going out and killing each other. But it's different, this music comes from the streets. It's got a certain mindset behind it. It's got a certain culture behind it, which we're all big fans of it. But we can be honest about it. The rap culture definitely, is a violent one. Definitely a violent one at that. Let's say you have a problem, you and your boys got a problem with another crew, you're about to go out and handle it. You don't bump some country music on the ride there. You probably listen to something like, I don't know, Victory by Big. That was always a go-in song for me. But yeah, no, it's a violent culture, and it's just sad, to see a young man lose his life, so much ahead of him, so much more to give us as far as music goes, and wasn't even around long enough to enjoy the spoils, all the money he made, enjoy it with his family and friends, kick back, do the right thing by people, get people's lives right, and tragically lose his life way too soon, way too soon. Yeah, being a rapper, dangerous job. Absolutely. Shout out Tyson Brown. Yeah, of course. Being a rapper is a horrible job. And what's even worse is most of the time when you're a rapper and you get killed, nobody really seems to give a fuck as far as law enforcement goes. We never wind up with somebody in jail for this shit. Biggie and Tupac were the two biggest rappers ever. They were both murdered in cold blood. And we may know who did it on at least one of them, but nobody ever went to jail for it. It's still an open case, cold case at this point, which is unbelievable. But yeah, they never bring justice for rappers who get killed, and that in itself is sad because it's supposed to be justice, and justice is supposed to be blind, but that's obviously not the case. It's not the case at all. So sad news, sad news coming out today from Houston. Senseless, and we're gonna want to see more developments on this, see what else is going on with this, and what's going to be the outcome of this? More violence, more murders potentially, jail time. Just not good. Just not good. So we're gonna continue to stay in, maybe go live again. We're just coming up on an hour. Again, didn't really have much planned for this. Just wanted to hop in and tap in and just at least let people know what's going on. Everybody jumped up in the comments. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Plug came on. New Age Plug. Shout out to New Age Plug and his whole team. He tapped in. 100 Zans in the background. They're gonna be going live later on. Check out with them. They're definitely some interesting cats. They're pretty funny. They got a good crew, so check them out for sure. Bush, we missed you on this one, but maybe we'll pick up in a couple hours and do another one as we get more information about what's going on. Let's see what else we got. Tyson Brown down here says, you see one of the YSL members got a life sentence. Well, I mean, we all knew that shit was going to happen. I'm going to have to check into that, though. That kind of got overshadowed. Jesus, I'm getting blown up on the laptop over here. But yeah, so apparently one of the YSL members got a life sentence today. That's coming from Tyson Brown. I'll have to check into that. That's being overshadowed by the death of of one of the Migos. Tragically, again, Quavo shot and injured. Offset not around, and you also have Takeoff was killed this morning. Takeoff killed this morning at 28 years old, shot dead at a dice game, most likely by his own person at first, but then followed up with shots from the other side of the argument. Not knowing who that is just yet. We're definitely going to be back later on. We're going to get that information to you, and keep checking back to the page throughout the day. We'll probably go live again at least once over this, and probably going to tap in. At least me, if not me and Bush from Bull Lake, to go over and represent on New Age Plug. So again, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the subs. Smash the like button. Just man, and everybody just say a prayer for the families and the friends and everybody in involved and lost somebody today with Takeoff being murdered. Terrible, and we definitely wish Quavo a speedy recovery. And we'll definitely come back and we'll get you some more information later on throughout the day. Just want to thank you guys for tapping in, and we're just hitting an hour, so we're gonna end this from us at Full Light. Thank y'all for checking in, and we'll talk to you later on. All right, peace. Stay safe.